Outer grip or try it. What is up, guys? TheSwolefessor, aka TheSwolefessor, to help this social well-being. You already know, another SBD day. It is week 2 of the block, which means it's the second to heaviest week of the block. And it's kind of cool because even though I push in 3-week intervals and I have Kaylee pushing in 4, it's both of our second heaviest weeks. So Kaylee and I are both gonna hit our highest exertion of prep next week on the same day. And then Bree and Alex will be hitting their highest exertion of prep on the same day. And I just like that because whenever you do a heavy with other people, it just kind of raises the energy, you know what I mean? Which is really, really nice. So, looking forward to that. Squats went well. You guys can see, if you guys remember, about a video or two ago, I talked about how since Kaylee's low bar position is now lower, she has to emphasize getting stacked a little bit more. And she definitely did that today, especially on her tops. That 385 moves so much better than 374 last week because she just took the time to really stack herself. So she's not as extended and as, like, you know, punched over from the start, which just lets her maintain better position. Because even though we want to let that natural forward lean come into the hole, we don't want to start super sat back because it's just going to make it feel like a good morning come out of the hole instead of staying in the quad. So her stack condition was a lot better on that. As for me, I took 507, so literally just 2.5 kilos more than what I did on this week last block. And it felt good. I definitely think I let my stance be a little bit closer than usual because I kind of made sure I was back in that slightly wider stance with the back downs, which felt a lot better just in terms of my depth control. Like, I feel stacked and my quads feel like they're working well, regardless of how close or far I am. But when I'm too close, I have a tendency of kind of over-syncing the squat a little bit versus just make sure I break parallel, then drive back up. And as I over-sync, it just puts way more pressure on my back. Not in a painful way, but it's just not very efficient for me due to how I'm built. So I definitely try to emphasize, you know, complete control of my pacing and complete control of my depth on the back downs, and it felt, excuse me, much, much better. So we're about to get into bench press and see how that goes.
Start. Press. Right.
Alright guys, so as you can see, I did something that I usually wouldn't do, but I already had it planned in advance. It wasn't like an emotional decision, this was planned. As you guys may have noticed when I was originally warming up, I actually was using a max grip, so a pointer finger on the ring. For the past, little over the past year, I use middle finger. You guys have been around long enough to know kind of the phase I've gone through with grips. Like, before I got into powerlifting, I was like inside the rings. When I got into powerlifting, I was like pinky on the ring. And at one point I tried ring finger on the ring. It didn't feel much different than pinky, so I stuck with pinky for a long time. Then after 2019 Nationals, I tried to focus on doing max grip. And it just didn't feel, going from pinky to max grip was a drastic difference that it felt good for rep work, and it felt good, but oftentimes it felt bad, especially on my shoulders as far as keeping position. And then, so like I said, starting beginning of last year, I went to middle finger to see if that would be a good balance, which is slightly shorter range of motion, but I still feel stacked and strong. As you guys can see, that it's gone very, very well. Like, I worked all the way up to like 170 kg, 374 pounds as my warm max with middle finger on the ring. But because it's such a small difference, my mindset was, well, let's see if a 1 finger difference this time, instead of going from pinky to max grip, going from middle finger to max grip, would feel good. And I tried that this past week, and it feels fine with lighter, higher rep work, but on the top end, it's kind of the same issue. My shoulders feel fine, but I just don't have that same drive. I'm just not stacking up to drive it the way I want. So my mindset was to compare that to pinky on the ring. So I've only used pinky on the ring on my close grip day, my day 4 bench, and I haven't hit anything, I think, over like 300 with that in a very long time. So I wanted to directly compare that longer range of motion to the max grip just to see how it would move by comparison. Because if I can warm back up to that after already working up to the max grip and move the longer range of motion, but better, it lets me know that that might still end up being the move. So I'm gonna show this to Brad and decide if we're gonna stick with middle finger for our leading into the competition, or if we're just gonna bring it back to pinky on the ring. Just to be able to drive through like that after already working up to that weight right before is a really good sign. So we'll see. Alright guys, so honestly back downs are feeling fantastic. It's 2.5 kg more than last week, but it's moving better. Like I feel completely stacked. My grip on the bar is nice and tight. Like everything just feels very natural and fluid. Like I have to emphasize driving up and back a little bit more. Like I always emphasize it, but I have to think about it more because of the long range of motion. But it just feels really comfortable and natural. As for Haley, you guys saw how smooth that top single was. You see how her back downs are moving. Her bar path looks so much better. Her control to the chest is great. It's a little bit more tempo than what it would normally be, but that's just because the less position she loses on the way down, the less pain that she's feeling. Like her bench has been pain-free for like the past week, so we're just gonna keep that running, and as she gets more comfortable, she'll be able to kind of speed the descent while still keeping tension position. So bench is going great. We're gonna get to these last few back downs, and then we'll see what's up on pulls. Here we go, up and back, every rep. Good. Man, easy work.
Easy work. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm brothers, but my brothers, man, you niggas ain't no kidding, that's a fact, hey. You don't let you carry scoop, I'm on another track, hey.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, look it out, there we go. Dude. Alright guys, so that's it for the video, man. Like, it was a great week too. Like, these are some of the heaviest loads I've ever taken on a week too. But what I'm really happy about is just how everything moved. Like, bench felt really, really good, especially for working all the way back up to that weight with the long range of motion. I know fresh, the grip's gonna feel great as far as pinky on the ring. And I still have 5 weeks to really just get more practice with it again. Like I said, I'm doing it on my day 4 bench, because that's my closer grip bench day, which is 2 fingers in for my comp grip. So since my comp grip's been middle finger, 2 fingers in to pinky on the ring. So just getting used to doing it with heavier weight again. Squats, despite the fact that like my stance wasn't quite where I wanted to be, still moved really well for fatigues at. And deadlift, I have never moved 584 like that. Felt like nothing. My setup and positioning is so consistent now, and I absolutely love it. And then bell squats, that was just 10 more pounds than last week, but that was the all-time PR for a 3x8 on bell squats with 730 pounds, I believe. I think my math's right on that. If not, you know, the actual number will be on screen or was on screen during this video. Y'all already know how we do. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Like, I'm acclimating, I'm adjusting well. I'm still kind of getting my sleep schedule figured out with Laura, my baby girl, but so far we're making it happen. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go leave a comment down below. Let me know what you did. If not, leave a comment down below. Let me know what can get better. Like the video, share, subscribe. Keep it simple, specific, scientific. Catch you guys later.